And welcome along to Chile for stage 5 of the 2011 Personnel Dakar, Argentina, Chile. And we have some great action for you. Down and eats dust. And in the cars we have a new winner. But is it? And Peter Hansen. First, let's take you back a whole day and to the spectacular Paso del Jama, the liaison for stage 4. The 500-kilometer route joins Argentina and Chile and is a major trade route for trucks. But the caravan going through it this time was the Dakar.
Perfecto.
At 3,300 meters, they changed from Argentina and into Chile before reaching a peak of 4,800 meters. Nearly 30 medical vehicles were en route to help out, but one casualty was Robbie Gordon. Broke a front wheel bearing, waiting for his teammate who tried to give him a call.
It's crazy, cell phone service works here.
Anyway, Salazar never did get the message. Robbie Gordon didn't complete the stage. He's out of the rally.
We put a lot of work into it as a race team and an organization. Not just me and my guys. Countless hours and weekends and effort that's just relentless put into just come here, and just the first 4 days just was a disaster for us.
It was for Robbie, but it's been spectacular throughout Argentina. Just take a look at this. While some bikers enjoyed the jumps, others did not. This is the tale of Jenny Morgan.
I'd broken my leg, I felt it go immediately. It's okay, but it's starting to really hurt now.
The medical team soon got to Jenny. And she says all is okay. He has a broken left leg, left femur. It hasn't broken his skin. Having been on the ground for just 35 minutes, she was stretchered into a helicopter. Her first Dakar rally has ended in disaster. Well, down the bivouac we were suffering a sandstorm. Up in the hills they were too. The deep sand and lack of visibility causing problems for the later runners, especially in the truck ruts. For some reason, some of the quads took a real battering. Sergio Cortez on the cumbersome Polaris says he hit a big stone and from the ground it hit the engine and put a hole in the block. Oil everywhere, his Dakar is finished. Another quad rider suffering massively with what came to be a broken right arm. Juan Colette on a Polaris complaining of the pain. He had been running in the top 20 and doing a great effort, but this would be the end of the rally. Only just one solitary day in Chile. And in the truck category, once again, Vladimir Chagin was victorious. Stage 5 is a short liaison before a very long special indeed. 423 kilometres, descends down towards Iquique with a massive 2.3 kilometre drop into the bivouac. bikers are content with. Lots and lots of mining around here, causing lots of sand and dust. Chile, famous for its miners. And in the bike category, drama for Cyril Desprez. A day ago, he turned back on a liaison route to get his cold gloves, and therefore, that's against the rules. He was handed a 10-minute penalty, giving this man a 10-minute and 2-second lead going into the stage. Mark Coma was pushing very hard at the start of the day, and that would be his downfall. Catching a small stone on the road, it flicked the rear tyre out underneath him, and he hit his head so hard on the ground he actually ended up running the wrong way, away from his bike. Once back to the bike, a few little running repairs, and he would be soon back on his way, not losing that much time initially. Certainly feeling slightly dazed and confused. It took him a while to work out what was going on. His trip didn't seem to be working. He didn't look particularly comfortable on the bike. And closing up was Desprez, who was second on the road. Continuing to be unhappy, Coma soon had to stop to make some running repairs on the bike, allowing Cyril Desprez past. And of course, that was at least a 2-minute gap between the two riders. Desprez needs to make some good progress, having picked up that penalty. Eventually, Coma lost 8 minutes fixing his bike. A small hole in the radiator and some damage to the handlebars were the main issues. These bikers, efficient mechanics as well. He now has to ride very, very hard to catch up that time. At the refueling area, Coma says there's a little hole in the radiator, which I'm desperately trying to fix at the moment, because it's still losing water, but I don't think it's anything particularly serious. All these bikes carry various spares and tools for fixing, and as you can see, not too much damage to the cowling either. The bike has stood up well to the fall. Another man to have real disappointment today, Olivier Pass, so strong over the last couple of days. Wasn't particularly comfortable in Argentina, but loves the navigation. Sadly, today he fell, broke his wrist. He was leading at that time. Jordi Villadoms has also had problems. One of his fuel tanks not working, and therefore draining the engine of fuel. And what about David Castor? There he is, far back. He's dropping lots of time with a bike that doesn't seem to be particularly happy. Initially fast, he's now 4 hours down and still hasn't finished the... So, to the winner of today's stage, and it was a BMW. Paulo Concalves has desperately tried to push for the last couple of days. He's been so close with a third on stage 3, but today he was fastest. The final 100 kilometers in the sand, the BMW was particularly strong. Second was Francisco Lopez, initially having a fantastic battle with Olivier Pain in the early stages. He then had a little mistake and lost time to Cyril Desprez. Those two then ran together for the remaining part of the stage, both getting each other lost coming to the end of the special. It was good news for Lopez though. Now in his home country, he would move and just snatch second place, but it would be close between him and Frans Verhoeven. And there is our bivouac. Look at this descent. The man that Francisco Lopez just beat by a second was this man, Frans Verhoeven. Third position on the BMW. He was actually flying. He found some 7 minutes in the final 200 kilometres, but just before the finish, whilst pushing rather too hard over some dunes, he had a big fall and dazed himself. He finished third. Best result so far on the rally. Fourth and fifth then were Coma and Depret. Coma recovering extremely well from his earlier crash and having helped Pam. He got that time back, of course. Rodriguez was sixth. He finished the day 10 minutes down on his Yamaha. And in seventh position, Ruben Faria, initially faster than his teammate Cyril Depret. He lost time in the last 50 seconds, following Paul Ugaceta. So confirmation of the rather complicated results from today. Paulo Goncalves wins from Francisco Lopez. Look, 1 second between him and Verhoeven. Coma fourth, amazingly, and Depret fifth. That means Coma holds on to his lead, in fact extends it by 12 seconds. Lopez third, Goncalves fourth, and Rodriguez in fifth spot.
Un día difícil. Por la mañana he tenido una caída fuerte.
It was a hard day.
Después había una pérdida en el.
I crashed badly this morning, and after that I was losing water from the radiator.
Y más o menos lo había
I
solucionado.
was worried for my engine, so I had to fix that. And after refueling, I met Olivier Pin, who had fallen and was unconscious. I helped him, sent his alarm. And when my water carrier Juan Pedrero came, then I restarted the stage.
Foi uma etapa bastante dura.
It was a hard stage, says Paulo Goncalves, but also very beautiful. I really enjoyed it. At the start I was riding strong and did good navigation, and at the refueling I was in the top 10.
De certeza três primeiros da classificação geral.
Muy difícil,
Lopez says it was very difficult. I lost the track for a moment,
Cyril la encontró,
and then found Cyril.
Fue un poco abierto, la encontré yo.
After that, it was changing direction between him and me. It was really hard to find the right route. I tried to keep cool, not take anything wrong, and now I'm here, which is good.
Por suerte estamos acá y todo bien, no estuvo
Because
fácil.
it was really hard.
Sans parler de pénalité, pas de pénalité ou de temps.
Without talking about penalties, times and standing, the most important thing for me is to have a good feeling and to have good fun. And today we leave 90 kilometers of dunes behind.
Les grandes dunes, il y en a 90 km. On avait 20 points à trouver.
We had 20 points to find,
des hurlements dans le casque.
and then each one I was yelling under my helmet. Because it's 5, 10, 15 minutes of stress to know if you get it or not. 800 meters, 10 points of 800 meters in 90 kilometers of dunes. It's impossible to find. On the Dakar, here on TV, we like to make it all about performance, fastest bikes. And so the competitors, well, nearly all of them anyway. .169 Inagno Civici is riding a Baltico. Born on the Dakar for 50 years.
Técnicas ninguna, realmente. O sea,
The advantage?
30 y pico
Well,
años,
technically there isn't any.
Han trabajado
In
mucho
30
y han
years,
mejorado
engineers
mucho
worked
las
a lot
motos.
and made a lot of bikes. So a bit more about the bike.
Básicamente es una moto con
Basically,
componentes
it's all the original parts from
originales del año
1968.
1978, su
Chassis,
chasis,
the engine,
motor,
the wheels,
ruedas con
the
sus
brakes,
frenos,
and so on.
etcétera.
Fans love this
La
kind of
afición,
bikes.
básicamente la afición.
We receive
Nos gusta
very
este tipo de
emotional
motos,
reactions,
nos transmiten buenas
and we make
sensaciones,
people very
y
happy
hacemos feliz
when
a
they
mucha
hear
gente cuando las
the
oye,
two-stroke
que
noise.
le encantan los dos tiempos.
Of course, bikes now, 4 strokes. The Baltico is a 2-stroke and very hard to ride. And what about this bike? Louis Beragusti on a 150cc, 39 horsepower KTM. Beautiful sound of a 2-stroke.
Muy rápido.
I'm not a very fast pilot, he says.
Muchos se ríen.
Many people actually laugh at me,
Me dicen que está muy bien.
but
que hay que
many
darle para
more
adelante.
give me encouragement. Well, what about the maximum speed on a 150cc bike?
En las etapas rápidas que tuvimos
In the past
ahora,
stages until now, I could ride
yo
at about
puedo
100
venir a
kilometers, 120 kilometers
por hora
maximum.
máximo, para cuidar
But
la
of course,
moto,
everybody
¿cierto?
passes me.
Y me pasan como parado. El Dakar que se
The
mira por la
Dakar
televisión
you
es la
see on
carrera de
TV
los-
is the race from
de
the
los
stars.
primeros,
From the helicopter, everything is clean and
de todo
nice.
limpio y todo, todo
But day by
claro.
day,
El Dakar
the
de
race is
día a día
dirty,
es sucio,
hard,
difícil,
and very, very complicated.
Se rompe la moto
The
arriba de
bike
la
breaks at the top of a
montaña,
mountain or
en
the middle
medio
of the desert.
desierto, y hay que encontrar la solución.
And you have to find
y
quick
eso es lo que a mí
solutions.
me gusta.
This is what I like
Cuanto
the
más
most.
difícil,
The hard
más
things
me gusta.
are what I like the most. Well, there's two very different competitors of the rally.